Welcome to the GoToWebinar Organizer Training, Hosting a Webinar. In this tutorial, we'll cover starting a scheduled webinar, in-session features, and webinar reporting. To start your scheduled GoToWebinar session, log in from GoToWebinar.com. Once you're logged in and viewing the My Webinars section, select the webinar that you'd like to start and click the Start button. This launches the program into the sub-conference. The sub-conference is where all the staff, consisting of just organizers and panelists, may speak to each other without the audience hearing. Use this valuable time to organize last-minute logistics. This is the time before the organizer has clicked Start Audio Broadcast, which will then allow attendees to hear them also. Here is what the attendee sees as opposed to the organizer. As you can see, the attendee has a viewer window on the left and a control panel on the right. The organizer simply has a control panel on the right and is viewing their own screen. Here's a brief overview of the top toolbar of the control panel. The File drop-down gives you access to your preferences, which allows you to modify a variety of settings. The Options drop-down allows you to permit or deny several items to your attendees. The View drop-down customizes your own control panel. If the recording sub-panel is not showing, check the recording button under View to activate this. The location of where your recordings are saved is also accessed in the Preferences menu under Recordings. You're able to browse for the location of where you'd like your recordings to be saved. And under View, you can also opt to hide your control panel or set your default layout. The Help drop-down links to online help resources and has a link to report any audio issues. The Globe drop-down allows you to change the default language of your control panel. Organizers and attendees are able to undock and dock their control panel by clicking on this Undock button. Next to this, they can click on the X to leave or end the webinar. Once your settings are configured and your staff is ready, click Start Broadcast. If you plan on recording your webinar, click the Start Recording button after pressing Start Broadcast in a quick 1-2 succession so you can record your entire webinar. Once you start recording, the recording button will turn red. You can start and stop your recording as much as you'd like. You can even promote one of your attendees to an organizer role, as all organizers can record. The buttons at the top resemble a video player. Press the play button to show your screen. Click this button again to pause screen sharing. Press the stop button to stop screen sharing and put all attendees in the waiting room. You can choose to give keyboard and mouse to an attendee in your meeting and can choose to give screen sharing rights to your panelists by clicking on Change Presenter. You can also click on the screen drop-down to show different monitors or opt to show a specific program by itself. When you choose to show a screen clean, it hides all desktop icons and open programs. If you choose to show a specific program, this will hide all other open applications. When you expand the dashboard pane, you'll be able to see the session duration, attendance, attentiveness, any questions, or if any hands are raised. If one of your attendees clicks off of the session viewer, their attentiveness will turn red. They will be shown as inattentive, which is indicated as a red portion on the attentiveness bar. Here is the attendee list. All attendees enter the webinar muted. You can unmute them by clicking on the icon to the left of their name. If they joined via mic and speakers, you'll see an icon of a green microphone. If they joined via telephone, you'll see an icon of a green telephone. By right-clicking on a participant's name, you can promote them to the role of presenter or organizer. You can also give them the ability to draw on the screen. Staff members have the ability to mute attendees or mute all. They can also invite others to the webinar. If an attendee is having audio problems, the organizer can remind them that they can switch between telephone and VoIP or vice versa at any time. The audio panel shows the available audio options. To test your mic and speaker settings, click Sound Check here. Speak into the mic and the green bar should light up. Click the Edit drop-down in Audio to play or disable the on-hold beeps and play or disable the exit and entry chimes. To launch a poll question, select the poll you'd like from the drop-down and click Launch. When the poll is in progress, you'll see the answers arrive in real time. After enough people have responded, close the poll by clicking the Close button. You can even add a poll while the session is running. Go to Manage Polls and create a new poll. The Grab tab offers shortcuts to you when your control panel is minimized. You may expand or collapse the control panel with the orange arrow at the top of the Grab tab. Mute or unmute by clicking on the audio icon. Start or stop screen sharing by clicking on the monitor icon. Give keyboard and mouse or change presenter just as you would in the normal control panel. A unique aspect of the Grab tab are the drawing tools. Click on the drawing tools and select Pen. Select Highlighter. Select Spotlight. Or select Arrow to point out something. You can then select to erase all drawings. As mentioned, to end your webinar, click the X in the top right corner and End Webinar for All. Once your webinar is complete, log into your GoToWebinar account and select Generate Reports. Here you'll see a variety of reports to choose from. You can select the date range for what webinars took place during a certain time period, and then choose one to report on. Now you're ready to host your own event with GoToWebinar. Thank you for watching this organizer training, Hosting a Webinar.